Alrighty, hey again everyone. We're back with some more Minecraft today. We're taking it easy tonight. It's 3 in the morning. I don't feel like putting on any music. Also, I kind of want to get a better playlist anyway, so it is what it is. But yeah, today we are on day 68 in game, and we're looking for lapis because I'm finally level 30, and I want some lapis to actually change some stuff. Because it's been 14,000 years since I've gotten a hold of any lapis whatsoever. So yeah, we're gonna try and fix that hopefully. And while we're at it, we're also going to see if we can make a simple little doorway for us to enter with. And we'll see what we can do. Now, apparently according to the wiki, the best spot to dig for this kind of stuff is at water level 0. Getting there is the fun part. So yeah, I mean we can get down pretty easy and then just place a door. We ought to be fine. There we go, good enough. Let's go ahead and get that door put down. And I can hardly see. There we go. We're going to do a little something like that. And it would appear that there we go, that should do it. And we're gonna physically mine up just a little bit here to make sure we got enough height to get into everything. There we go. There we go. And then we're gonna go ahead and pop that down on in there. And then we'll go ahead and break this in a little bit. Again, that gives us enough extra space to get in and out in case we want to come back a little later. And then from here, it's basically just we mine whatever we feel like. So yeah, hopefully we can go ahead and get some lapis again, supposedly, and I'm a little dumb. Can't see too well. There we go. Supposedly it's easier at Y level 0. We're gonna be the judge of that today and see if that's actually true or not. Hopefully it is, because I don't want to spend 13,000 years looking for this stuff, so yeah. But we'll keep digging for a while. We actually need to come back with a better pickaxe because our iron pickaxe is about to break here, so I have to make sure to take care of that. Luckily, I think we can just go ahead and make some stone pickaxes. And we'll go ahead and just have them out in case we need them, because we're going to need them. But yeah, this is kind of the point that we're at now, unfortunately, where we literally just need to sit here and just grind for just some lapis. So we're going to be doing this for a while. I don't know if I'm going to be branch mining. I'm going to assume that I am. It's supposed to be more common the closer you are to Y0. There's a blob that generates between -32 and +32, and as you get closer to each of those ends, it starts to get less and less common. So you want to try and make sure that you're at 0 or close to it, so that way you can get a bunch of them, or have like the best chance of getting a bunch of them. Although I do remember we've done something similar like this before, and it never seems to pan out, tragically. It's always just out of reach somewhere else. We only need like a small handful of lapis, so we're not asking for the world or anything. We're just asking for just a itty bitty little bit of lapis to get some basic enchants going. hopefully get on up to level 30, or not level 30, hopefully to get Fortune 3 on an iron pickaxe, because you can't get Fortune 3 naturally on a diamond pickaxe. It's got lower enchantability. So you can get on an iron one, and then later on you can, oh shit, there we go. See, just like that, we already got some. Hey, yep, there we go. Hey, what do you know, that worked out pretty well. Luckily you can mine it with stone, so I don't have to go back and forth, but that is good. That'll get us a nice batch of 30 to get us going. And we got some extra iron for the road too, so that's always nice. Pretty big batch of it. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting all this done, and hopefully we can get Fortune 3 here pretty quickly. We have mending that we can already use, but I'm not going to do that obviously on like an iron pickaxe. That seems a little dumb, so we're going to hold on to that mending book for a perfect diamond pickaxe. But yeah, no, we got some lapis already. Hope we can get more though, because I like actually having just a little bit extra, you know. But honestly, half a stack should be enough to get us by, since we can hopefully just keep resetting and enchanting books for Fortune 3. At least Fortune on a book, and then I can always combine it in an anvil a little bit later to get Fortune 3, so cross that bridge when we get to it. Also means though that we should make a couple of extra books and keep them out by the enchantment area that we got going on, just to make sure we're all good there. Got some redstone, which I can't mine because I don't have an iron pickaxe anymore, so we're going to leave that be. And then this will be our last little bit that we'll dig out into. I was going to say we might have just gotten a fluke, but I just saw some lapis there in the ceiling, so yeah, we're going to grab that and some of this iron as well, too. Got another stone pickaxe still, so that should be okay. And yep, no more iron. Cool. This should break any second now. Come up on it. There we go. There we go. So with just 2 veins, we've cleared a stack of lapis, which is good. So yeah, we'll go ahead and put all that back, and then we'll go ahead and take the door back up. There we go. So now we have a nice little spot to mine for some extra lapis here in the near future, and it should be easy enough to get in and out of it. And we're going to take some time to sort away some of our stuff. There we go. Not that we really have to do too much sorting, all things considered, so it makes it a little bit easier. Got some extra iron there that we're going to go ahead and smelt. Coal too. We're going to go ahead and smelt some of that up. Put that back in there, and let's go ahead and sleep too to make sure we get it to daytime. And while we're waiting for all that to cook up, we're going to go ahead and make an iron pickaxe here. We'll go ahead and make 2 because we kind of need them anyway, so it works out. Make some sticks. Go ahead and get 2 iron pickaxes like so. And then let's see here, we're looking for some leather. Take about 20 and some sugar cane and paper. So we'll take whatever we got. There we go, 20 books, that ought to keep us covered for a while. Got some paper there we can put back away. And some extra iron that we are trying to hold on to for an anvil. We're not going to make an anvil yet until I know for sure, because we may be able to save that for now and come back to that a little later. I guess too, we can also make a diamond pickaxe just to be safe, because we may end up getting something nice on it straight away, which would be very ideal. But yeah, for now that should cover us on everything. We'll go ahead and hit F3B. Doesn't look like anything else is around us, so we should be safe. And then we also need to take some time to get all this fixed up. Well, let's go ahead and see what we can get. So first of all, efficiency 4, don't care. Efficiency 4 and 2, don't care. Anything on a book? Blur 2, for real? Come on. I guess we can get feather falling 2. That's not too bad an option. And quick charge, sure. Alright. Alright, guess we can get fortune 3 after all. Cool. We're going to get a few levels to go get that real quick on our good old diamond pickaxe. And hopefully we will get lucky enough to stack some other bits on it. Yeah, that means we'll also have to put mending on there once we get some of the other enchants, so that'll be good to do. We got some lapis we'll tuck away for now. Tuck that away too. Let's see our non-stackables. Put that away in there. Hey, yep, those can go there. And we need to fill those back up. That away. We can go ahead and put the extra birch slabs away as well. Alright, let's go fill up our water buckets and go get just a little bit more XP. We don't need a whole lot more, just a little bit. Although we do need to try and get the clay farm all going finally, so we're gonna have to take some time with that today. What that's gonna look like is basically making fire resistance and then having just I think we're just gonna have a simple manual farm for our blaze spawner for now. We don't necessarily need too much more than a couple of blaze rods and just a safe area to beat them to death in. So basically we just make a box and then we make it so they can only spawn in a couple of key areas. And then in those key areas, we can safely beat them to death with a sword. And we also need to dig out a path going up to here at some point as well. I'm gonna get on that one of these days. And we can... Alright, guess we have a pillager here we're gonna fight. Get out his first shot. Sure. I don't know why you're here, buddy. That's why you're here, because your raid captain died in powdered snow. Alright, well. Now, that doesn't bode well for this portal then, if that's going to be the case, because I'm a little worried we're going to step out on the other side, and nope, we're all good. Sweet. So yeah, let's go ahead and pop on down here for a little bit. We'll go ahead and make the rest of these in the torches, because we're going to need some extra light here for a little while. Last time we did manage to find a nice little blaze spawner, so we have pretty easy access to everything. It's just going to be a matter of blocking off this spawner quickly. Okay, wither skeleton. Okay, and then what this is going to turn into is we're going to have a slab there. Not to get burned too bad here, because that is gonna screw us at some point if we're not careful. One more. This will be our center bit here, which is good. And then here's what we're basically trying to do. So what we're trying to do is we're gonna dig out a little bit Fuck. We're gonna have to think about how we want to orient this before we start getting a little bit too quirky, but basically, again, we're just having like thin slabs of areas that they can spawn onto as well. So we need to keep in mind that it goes 4 blocks out, so this is as far as it's going to go. And then it goes 1, 2, then we have enough for another side there. That's no good. Want to be a little careful there. You shouldn't be here either. There we go, we'll do something like that for now. We're gonna have to take some time to just figure it out. Just blocking out the ceiling for right now, just to be safe. Of course, we got a zombie pigman right in the way of everything, because they love doing that. What they're good at. There we go. A little something like that. And then I would try and chip away the other side, but I have a feeling I'm not going to like this very much, so let's be a little mindful here. Whoops. Yep, that would be why. Okay, not cool. There we go, we got that. I'll have to cut those out a little later. And then basically we just want to continue this a 1, 2, right, that chips us out completely. Uh-oh. Yeah. That's the other bit I was a little worried about. Here we go. Hey, I don't like that I blocked myself off poorly. There we go. Because that guy's also looking at me too over there, which I don't like him either. He don't like me. There we go. And we got another blaze. And another one. Man, we only need just a little bit more here, so... Yeah, I'm worried about that. Uh-oh. There we go. Baited that one out, good. Let's just focus on getting blocks down for right now, and then we'll worry about the rest a little later. The more we get down, the more space we're going to have to work with, which means the better off we're going to be. Go ahead and eat too while we got some time as well, because you never know, those extra hearts can matter. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, there we go. And then basically we just go ahead and layer up everything with slabs, like so. And then all this turns into is just a way for us to safely have these guys killed. So all we're doing is we're cutting simple holes out over everything. Put that there too. There we go. Do something like that. And then we're also going to clean up the top section. But at some point they're going to want to wander in here on their own, and then we can get them out from there. A little something like that. There we go. Alright, so basically, sometimes they will physically drop into the hole, and then we will be able to beat them to death a little bit easier from there. And then what we'll really have to do at some point is we'll have to physically go up there and chop a couple of different things. I think we're also going to need to switch out the entire floor with slabs, because otherwise they're going to potentially spawn down in here. Also, that is an issue in and of itself that we need to be careful of. And now, yeah, slabs might be a little bit too low to the ground. Ooh boy, buttons it is. We basically need to have some kind of block they physically can't spawn on, but we can still walk through. And normally slabbing would have been fine, but not for something like this, I guess. So. And yeah, we're just gonna have this to get a couple of basic levels in and hopefully be able to get some cool stuff going. And we want to physically go up there and limit their spawns as well, so we're not ready to do that quite yet, though. So we're gonna run back, and then we're gonna run back again. Hopefully that'll have despawned them enough to get in there a little bit. I'm gonna take that as a no. We're gonna also try and clean up the rest of our torches out here in the meantime. Well, it definitely looks like it is working to some extent. Although it is definitely just a little slow. But Hey, if it works, it works. Yeah, so we got another blaze rod, and then we can somewhat safely get him. It's not too efficient right now because we need to get up out to the top. So until we do that, kind of just whatever. Nope, I'm good. I know when to not do something, so that's definitely one of the things we're not gonna do. It gets a lot easier when we can make fire resistance, which I guess we can do, but yeah, and I don't know if we're gonna be getting out and around here. There we go. They seem to really not want to, they really don't want to drop any blaze rods, huh? Oh, we're back to level 30, and that's what I came here for, so goodbye. We'll come back another time to hopefully block all that off with buttons and finish building out the actual room. Because once we build a proper room to case them in, and then we light up the outside of it as well, then, you know, we can force a lot more to spawn in better spots. But until we do that, it's not gonna really be too fast. Not that we need it to be crazy fast, but you know, it does help to make sure we at least get some blaze rods, because we can't really jumpstart the proper farm without them. So the proper XP farm without having just some amount of blaze rods. And it's nighttime, and I don't like that. And we're not gonna think too hard about it. We're just gonna run. And I thought the horse despawned. He just knelt his head down to get on some grass. Good for him. Anyways, we're blocking that off real quick. I really should put in doors now that I'm thinking about it. You know, it's something I haven't done yet in here at all, is just put in the most basic amount of doors, so probably get to doing that. But yeah, no, there we go. We got all that. Back home, relatively safe and sound. So not too many issues there. We've got another Bad Omen 5 bottle. There's 5, there's 1, and then we'll have spots for 2, 3, and 4. Got a couple more blaze rods. And we'll also make some fire resistance potions once we cook up some extra sand into glass. Which we do have glass already, so I suppose we could already do it. But let's just get the rest of this cooked anyways. There we go, and then we'll go ahead and make some bottles out in the meantime. There we go. We are doing passable on gunpowder. We can make 9 splash potions of infestation with what we currently have, which is fine. I mean, it's not stellar, but we can afford to worry about that a little later. And we don't need the slime portion of it yet, so we can leave those alone as well. And then we need to just save our gunpowder and stone for the other one, so yeah, not too bad. Let's go ahead and also see if we can make some fence gates here real quick. There we go. Make some gates. There we go. Right. We'll slap these in here for now. Just that way we got a little extra bit of protection. Especially when it's nighttime and, you know, I don't feel like checking stuff because it's gonna get pretty freaky after enough time, so we have to be a little careful. But yeah, let's go ahead and grab our lapis and go get that fortune 3. That was a pretty good thing to be able to grab so early, because that means we'd have to farm for a lot of XP and we could just get it. We're also going to take some of that too, obviously. Fortune 3. Hey, yep, there it is. Hey man, you know, that's all you can ask for, right? That also means we should have efficiency 4 there too, which we'll get to that in a bit. Because I also would like to make another diamond pickaxe with some other bits going on. We're gonna tuck that away in there for now. And those as well. And yeah, we got some extra nether wart, that's good. We'll put in some extra lapis there. Fortune 3 pickaxe, magma cream. That coal away too. Some extra books as well. And let's see if we can get lucky again here and make a better pickaxe. I don't know if we can, but we will, I guess, give that one a try. No reason not to. There we go. Get another pickaxe. We also got some extra blocks to block off some of the little bits that are going to be there. So that way we can try and just force it down to a level 26 enchantment real quick. That makes it just ever so slightly easier, so I don't have to keep coming back and forth or nothing. That goes down to that. Wow, so not even, so it's only a 4 if it gets up to level 30, huh? Well, then there's not really too much of a point in blocking it off then. Let's see if we can get smite, that's cool. We'll maybe worry about that a little later. If that's gonna be the case then. Let's just be happy we've got fortune 3 for now and to go do something with it. First, we're gonna go ahead and make some blaze powder and get all that going there. Go ahead and brew that up and then get our nether wart. We're making infestation potions first, by the way. So we're gonna want those. That'll power this LA farm, that'll get us going for a while. And then we also need to make sure to leave a bucket of water in here somewhere at some point. Ready. Let's go ahead and get our stone loaded in as well, now that we've made our awkward potions, and then we can make gunpowder in a bit. That should be fine. Just out of curiosity, what do we get in here? Efficiency 4. Yeah, okay, it seems about right. And then we're going to go out into the world and mine up some stuff. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go mine for iron and coal, and obviously those diamonds that are down below too. We're going to go mine for those, and then that'll get us what we need. We've got our lay farm all ready to go here as well. So we can drown him and then do whatever we need to from there. And that is our first batch of infestation potions. So we can go ahead and load those there into the farm. And then we also want to make just a few more. There we go. Go ahead and grab our nether wart as well. Start brewing these up. And then we want our gunpowder, stone, and magma cream, because we also want our fire resistance. And then let's also check the wiki real quick. Let's see here. It's either... Okay, so it's redstone to make it longer. That's what it is. Alright, cool. So we're going to grab some redstone from our base as well as we're letting those cook. And that way we can make 8-minute duration fire resistance. That makes our lives a lot easier too. Let's see, a redstone chest. There we go. Let's grab one of those. And we get our infestation, so we're going to gunpowder those, and then we're going to make these longer. There we go. Also going to make a sign. There we go. We're just going to do something nice and simple like that. That way the remainder. Yeah, we got our fire resistance and our infestation. Alright, so we can run the XP farm 9 times before we have to make any more, which is pretty good. We can definitely live with that. And then otherwise, we got fire resistance to work on the blaze spawner farm a little bit more today, which we don't need to worry about so much right this second, but at the same time, I would like to get efficiency 4 on that one bit, so we'll maybe take some time to, I guess, go wrap that up real quick. Especially now that we got the potions, we may as well do it while we're thinking about it, right? Let's take all of our cobblestone, because we're definitely going to need it, and then we'll tuck away some of these extra bits. There we go. Banner, don't care about, that can go away. Put it away in there. And it's going to start, sun's going to start setting here in a little bit, so we need to be a little bit mindful of that. And we'll take our slabs too, just to be safe. And then we will again eventually have to come back through and put down a proper path getting out of here. We'll probably have it point out this way. Yeah, because then we can center it. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. I know what I want, hopefully. 2 batches of sticks. We'll make 2 batches of gates. There we go. Go ahead and put them here. And it's about time we move stuff like this out of the way too, just a little bit. So we will do that now, honestly, because while we're waiting for it to be nighttime, we may as well try and patch things up a little bit. I'll do something like that for now, keep it simple. And we don't need to do the rest of it now, because I don't want to get too sidetracked or nothing, so we're just doing that just to pass some time and get a little ahead. And then from there, we will get to it, and yeah. Alright, we're on daytime, and we're on day 71. Definitely getting on up there. But yeah, you know, you can already kind of see how this is going to go in terms of what we're doing stair-wise, so yeah. I want to keep it similar to the other bit that I had been working on, where it's like every 2 blocks there's like a set of stairs if I do need to do like elevation changes. Just that way it kind of looks a little bit nicer. There we go. we'll do something like that, and then we'll route a thing of dirt and walls going up to there. But we don't need to worry about that right this second. Instead, let's just keep it simple and go on out into the nether again and get the rest of this done. And then we'll have a fully working blaze spawner farm. Again, it doesn't need to be anything too automatic for right now. I'm sure I can come back later and automate it with a little bit of lava, things like that. But we don't need to do that today, or really for a very long time, because I don't tend to need that many blaze rods. And if I do, then, you know, when you get a hold of looting, then it gets way easier. So it's pretty negligible, but we'll go ahead and drink that now. Go ahead and eat 2 while we're heading on our way over, and then all we're basically looking to do is trace our lines. Alright, yeah, so this is gonna get pretty annoying. We might have built a little bit too weird there. I'm going to be pretty quick about this because we don't want to take forever either. That was another thing I didn't want to happen. Okay. A little lame, but that's alright. We got 710 left, so we can get shot at for quite a while here and shouldn't have to worry too much. There we go. Definitely starting to get pretty hectic though. They are definitely trying to shoot a lot. Yeah, God, imagine if we did this without fire resistance being all the way up here. That would have really stunk. Yeah, let's just keep it simple. We doing on time? Got 6 minutes left. That should be plenty. We've got 2 potions as well if we need them, so or 2 extra potions, I should say. Be a little careful they don't start pathfinding towards me and trying to walk up and kill me, because if they do, then that's actually going to be way more annoying. Alright, there we go. Worried about. Wow, they hurt too. Okay. It seems like we're doing pretty good. I think we'll build up another 2. To get an action there for a second, we had a blaze that did manage to spawn, so definitely does work. And then we're also going to slab off the entire roof as well, and we need to be more mindful here. Oh, this is starting to get a little freaky. Alright, well, we punched that guy to death. That's good. Alright, home stretch, we just need to slab this off here in the next couple of minutes. Then we can save our other 2 fire resist potions, which would be pretty nice. This will make sure that if they do target me and they try to fly up, then they have only a solid roof to hit, and then additionally it makes sure that nothing else will spawn on top of here. So we'll have complete control over this blaze spawning, which will make our lives a hell of a lot easier and a lot safer. Almost done. Looks like we're still doing pretty good on potion durability, and we're done. There we go. Nice and safe. And we can seal that back off. You can already see it in action here. So anything new that spawns should physically only be able to spawn in the holes that we gave them. And then when that's the case, then we pretty much don't have to worry about getting murdered or anything. It's all nice and sealed. I know it's a bit of a mishmash with cobblestone and nether brick, but at the same time, I don't really care. Yeah, we'll go ahead and leave that there. There we go. We got 7 blaze rods so far, which is pretty nice. Yeah, we are definitely waiting a little bit longer than we should. But again, that's kind of the price to pay with a farm like this, where it's just slow going for a while. But we are still getting some extra blaze rods out of it, so it's all good. We'll keep going until we're level 30, then we can go ahead and enchant our pickaxe, and then we should pretty much be good to go. Then I think we'll do something like that. And then we can just kind of hang out a little bit and wait. Actually, you can't wait there. We need to be a little bit closer, I'm sure. I'm sure, too, having other blazes out and around isn't exactly helping the farm to spawn any, so that's kind of another thing, too. I think we can crit them. We are getting a suspicious amount of lag spikes there. I don't really like that. It's kind of odd. I'm going to be pretty busy the next couple of days. I've got college today, and then I've got to move tomorrow, hopefully. That's going to be fun. Yeah, this thing's gonna be a lot slower than I'm gonna care to enjoy, huh? Guess we can always go out and mine some nether quartz too for just a little bit extra XP. But honestly, we've only got a couple more we need to kill, so it's not too bad. just stuck waiting around for a while and get some stuff when we get some stuff. I start work on Wednesday as well, so that's kind of another thing too. I'm gonna be pretty busy for a good chunk of the week just trying to between moving and actually starting a new job, so I don't know if I'll be streaming as much, or I guess if I do, it'll be a lot later at night like this, so just be aware of that. But once it all works out, then I can afford to actually start streaming a lot more again. Well, I definitely have been streaming a lot over the past couple of days for sure. I can actually like be consistent now that I won't have to worry about not having a job or anything like that. And I'm looking forward to that. Be a good job to have. Also need to double check too, I guess, while I'm waiting, if there's anything else I need to do to get ready for this job on Wednesday. If there's anything I need to bring, or if they had any issues with my stuff that I sent them, but I don't think they did, so that's alright. And it's looking like they didn't, so that's good. And then I have an email I need to get printed out and bring with me on Wednesday, so that's gonna be fun. Okay, rude. That guy hit me. And just one more blaze will do it. We got 15 blaze rods, and there's our last one. Alright, perfect. That gets us up to 30. I'm not going to worry about that guy. We got 16 rods, level 30, so we can go ahead and get efficiency 4 in that diamond pick. And then we can combine them together in an anvil, and we will have some nice spares to work with, so yeah. And again, we are definitely going to need to take some time to get all this fixed up. Okay. That's why I'm glad I put in some fence gates, because that would have been a little awkward without them, so yeah. And let's go ahead and take some time to put everything away. Get all this sorted out. Potions we'll put in there for now. I'll have an actual separate chest for one of these. Oh, okay, that's where I put it. I was like, where the hell did I put that? I'll have an actual chest for one of these days, but I'm not too worried about it right this second. Put our empty glass bottle there. Take our signs out. Those need to go in with the oak wood, like so. And we'll put the planks back there. Sure to have. Yep. There we go, that'll cover us. And then we got some nether bricks we need to put away. Alright, cool. So we got those. Really just need a decent little chunk of stairs as we're going through and we're doing this. Also need some extra dirt for some more pathing. And we need to be mindful too of any extra creepers and things like that. So yeah, good to spot. Looks like we'll be okay. We're also going to go ahead and move the horse out here. We'll build a proper stable for him at some point too. Just not too worried about it right this second. Here we go. We'll take that back and put it down there. And then it basically turns into, how do we mine out everything to have some stairs. also have to make sure to decorate the sides a little bit so we don't just have a bunch of exposed cobblestone everywhere. Cool. Now we can go ahead and just pillar out to our portal. There we go, and then we'll just do something simple like that. Let's get literally one more piece of cobble, like so. We'll come along and spruce up the sides at some point too, but I'm not gonna worry. And that's annoying. We're not gonna worry about that for right now though, because we got the main bit of it across. And I mean, yeah, we got a safe enough way out through our nether portals. So we can literally just walk straight back to our base, nice and smooth. Nothing to worry about. And, you know, we'll throw in a couple of torches here and there just to light things up a little bit better. There we go. And let's go ahead and make one of these. No sticks again. There we go. Try to make an iron shovel. Snow blocks are right here. Our flowers can go in there. Our dirt can go back where it's supposed to. And deal with our stairs. Nether blocks. Alright. So with that being said, that should catch us up on everything that we're really looking for right this second. We have also got to make another sword, because we don't have any of those right now. And this one's getting ready to break here. And otherwise, I mean, we just need to, what, make an anvil, right? That's probably the other thing we need to do. So this is going to be all of our iron here, but because we have fortune now, and we'll also be able to get a crap ton of coal, that does not really matter. I feel like I heard something I maybe should not have heard. Nope. I thought I heard footsteps on stone, but I guess not. Anywho, let's go ahead and get our anvil placed down there. And we should have our leftovers. Efficiency 4 on breaking 3. That is what we want to see. Let's go ahead and try and get this to be cheaper. That's 10. And we will also go ahead and get out our mending book too that we've been saving for a while here. with that mending book, we will be able to get mending on this good pickaxe, and we can comfortably use it without feeling bad. So yeah, let's go ahead and dip into our good stuff here. There we go. Got our mending book. And we'll go ahead and combine these real quick. And there we go. So we got a good diamond pickaxe to carry us through basically everything. A functional XP farm as well. And now we can pretty much guilt-free just use this pickaxe and go start ripping out parts of the mountain. We'll maybe go pick a side that's not so visible to us. That way we don't have to look at everything that we destroyed. But, you know, we're just going to go get some coal, iron, and go get those diamonds and redstone too. Where are our leather boots? There they are. Always nice to have for traversing everything. Have to make some campfires too and put them there as well. Go ahead and pop on through. And look at that, it's so worth waiting. We got 19 iron ore from just mining 6. So that is a pretty good return already. Let's not immediately fall off a cliff and die after doing all that work, because that would be pretty annoying. But again, these things do happen. I would prefer them not to happen, but can't worry about it too much. Apparently 4:16 in the morning as well, so yeah, it's definitely pretty early. I still have class at like 12:30, no, 1:30. I gotta leave at 12:30 to make sure I'm there on time. I'll probably leave a little earlier because last time we seriously have got to quit doing that. I'll have to leave a little bit earlier this time because last time I parked in the faculty parking lot, I didn't know what that was again. So I ended up having to pay a $30 fine, which, hey, it's $30. Stinks. Not the end of the world, you know. I'm very fortunate that I'm about to be in a position where I don't have to worry about money as much. Not that I don't have to worry about it at all, but I don't have to sweat over a $20 expense as much anymore, you know? It's very nice to be able to do. And life gets a lot easier when you don't have to just sweat and, you know, penny pinch over literally everything. I guess we'll line up in here, try not to break too much. You can see kind of how far our base is going to go out, and the lighting looks pretty nice too. Still have a ton of lighting that we need to do, but we didn't really have the coal to do that before, so now that we do, we can get a lot done and make our base a lot safer. Got a goat here. Can't wait to get flung off the side of a mountain by a goat. That'll be really fun. He would never, though, right? That would be really mean. Except you know he would. You know all of them would as soon as they get the chance, so best not to give them the chance. Probably have to go to that side of it. I really should also cook up some of that copper. I kind of want a spyglass. I've got enough amethyst left over for it, so there's nothing stopping me. You know, a lot of coal and iron right now, though, which is a little unfortunate. But again, not the end of the world. We've already got almost a stack of iron and actually a stack of coal exactly, so that's pretty good. Can't be too mad about that. Got a little bit of coal out here. And by a little bit, I meant one, obviously. I don't know why you thought I would have meant more than that. These are pretty low-hanging mountains, all things considered, so I guess that's why there's not as much. Although they're not, like, that low, they're still at 156 and above, so it's not, like, they're tiny. But if they went up into, like, the 200s pretty confidently, then yeah, we'd be able to get a lot more. But again, this will be plenty for a pretty long time here, so I'm not too worried about it. So we got some iron over here. We'll pop back for that coal in a little bit too. And we got some more iron. Nice. I just sworn there was some more on this wall, not just over there. But I guess not, so we'll go grab some of this. This might have been the bit that I was thinking of. Sounds like we got a cave nearby if we're hearing a zombie right about now. We got a pretty big coal vein here, so that'll help out. Oh wow, this one's massive. We'll also have to see if we can get lucky with an iron ore vein somewhere down below. Have to find a bunch of tuff and whatnot. I don't tend to find too many of them anymore, but when they are around, then it's going to be really nice, since we got fortune and all that now. We got some coal out to our sides we can go ahead and get. We want iron a little bit more. Coal is good, but still need iron. That's still our big bottleneck. Especially considering I don't plan on building an iron farm for a while. Yeah, as soon as you build an iron farm, then you start getting into villager stuff, and then it starts getting kind of ridiculous from there. So I'd rather take it a lot slower for now and just mine out all the iron and stuff that I need, and then again, we're leaving those kinds of farms until after the Ender Dragon at some point. So again, a lot of manual farms for now. Maybe I'll have an automatic one here and there, but again, with the chunk base ID that I'm going for, I can't really build any of them until I've properly built out enough of the shell to figure out where I want things, so it just doesn't make a lot of sense if I jump the gun a little bit too early, you know? So I have to mark out where I want this one AFK spot to be. That'll load pretty much every farm that I could imagine, and then, not that I even go AFK in any of these worlds, like at all, really. Like I'm still always actively here at the computer doing stuff, but you know, it's still nice to have like a rough area that like you're pretty much going to be safe in to load every farm, and then hopefully it doesn't break my PC. That would be the other thing too, so that'll be something to keep in mind. And we have some other mountain ranges we can go to as well for iron and coal, so you know, if we don't get enough here today, then we can always go to another one. Although we definitely do have quite enough. So I'm not particularly worried about what we have. I am worried about getting that weekly lease though going until I can secure an annual. So I think my strategy with the RV company that I'm trying to park at is basically, you know, I can obviously afford weekly because I literally have the credit on my account right now. And then if you can just give me a couple weeks to work and actually prove to you that A, I have a job, and B, that I'm making what I said I was making, then we can sign the monthly lease and then get all that worked out. So I think it'll be fine. I just need them to agree to a weekly lease for right now. Um, and then we will kind of expand it into monthly as we get a little bit closer, or rather annual. And then I pay a reduced monthly rate. So right now it's like $400 a week, and I only have to pay it for 3 weeks, so it's like $1,300 because it's a little bit more than 400. So it's not great, but it is, I can stomach it for a month. And then by the time I start paying an annual rate of however much, like 1,000 a month or whatever, I'll have made my first paycheck, and then with that first paycheck, it'll cover that very comfortably, and then you're pretty much good from there. So yeah, I think that's gonna be my main thing, is just getting them to just let me in and park, and then I'll pay for the annual site because I can prove it. I just can't prove it right this second that I can afford it, but I'm very confident that I can. So, considering I have everything budgeted out, so. But yeah, no, we'll see. I need to get some iron. And we need to consolidate some of these. Nice. We almost got a stack of coal blocks. In fact, we actually do. Should also take some time to find some more lapis. I don't have to worry about it as much. I've got enough to kind of get me by, but at some point we're going to be doing a bunch of bulk enchanting and we're just going to need a lot more. So, yeah. But let's not worry that far ahead for right now. Go ahead and pop the bed down real quick and sleep. We don't have to worry about nothing. That's also kind of an overpowered thing about hardcore. I would almost be tempted to do like shieldless, totemless, and like sleepless, but if you do sleepless, then you have to deal with phantoms, and frankly, while they're not difficult, they are legitimately so annoying that like I wouldn't even want to bother. Um, but at the same time, I mean, you could just turn them off. I mean, they do have like a game rule, like as you're creating like the world to do that, so it wouldn't be something that I couldn't do. I just don't like really messing with them as I'm making a lot of these worlds. I want them to be literally just hit start world, don't have to change nothing, don't have to verify anything. It just, you watch me make it and then it's there. And maybe there will be some better merit to changing certain things down the line. It can be a little bit more interesting, but I'm not really that interested in changing it, to turn off game rules and stuff like that. Like, at that point, what's stopping me from disabling warden spawns, right? And then just romp through an ancient city, and then you're good, you know? It feels weird to be able to change certain game rules to make the game easier when you're trying to do hardcore. So it's just kind of freaky, you know? Or two, what's stopping me from making like a crap ton of spawn chunks and then having some massively overpowered farm that's way bigger than the old spawn chunks would have been, and then just kind of doing whatever from there. Which, I mean, I guess it's not even like a bad thing per se, because that's not inherently like game breaking to have like more spawn chunks. It's not like, okay, that is good to know. I don't like you very much. You are really gonna sit there and try it, huh? Yeah. Alright, so it seems like we have a bit of dark space nearby that we need to take care of. Guessing it's going to be right around here because everywhere else is pretty much lit up fully, so I have a lot more I could light up even. You keep giving me more iron and I have to keep going up to get it, but that's alright. I think we have enough coal. Okay, and we also need to make sure not to fall off the cliff, because that would suck too. Alright, and we got a stack and a half of coal blocks, which is pretty good. Got a good bit of iron up there we can go snag, and I think that'll cover us on minerals for a while. And we can go back to strip mining and go pick up some of that extra, almost forgot what diamonds were called for a second there, but yeah, we can go back to strip mining some extra diamonds and the other bits of ore that I'd left out in the world, so yeah. Leave it for now. I don't think it's worth, except for this one, because this one's right here. Not worth going all the way around for it. And again, let's make sure we clean up after ourselves a little bit here. This place was unsafe because it leads down to the crack that I had to light up at one point. That was yesterday, so that wasn't that long ago. in that. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it either, so that's fine. Then, yeah, we're back to where we were. So we made a pretty big loop around the whole mountain range. Got whatever we could for the most part. And yeah. Seeing any extra iron or anything right now, so we can probably leave it be. Clean that up too while we're at it. Great, we'll go ahead and grab some of these to cook up. There we go. Get us enough there, and then we can split all that away at some point. We'll put our coal over there for now. Pick those up. There we go. And then we'll just throw these snowballs out. There we go. And then, yeah, we're going to go ahead and pop on down. Mistaken, we should come up on the door section that we can dip on into. You can see where it gets a lot brighter, where all that is. Also probably leave these open. And we had some redstone ore, there we go. There we go, so just to grab that real quick, pop on back down. Then we can go around here. And as we start going through, we can clean up some of the extra diamonds we had. So just from 2 there, we got 7. So that's already pretty huge on its own. And I know it was down one of these, although I do forget which one. We honestly should come up with a way to mark these a little bit better, so that way it's easier to find them in the future. But that got us another 2, or we mined 2 more and we got another 5 out of that. That's pretty good. And I believe there was only one more vein that we could get a hold of. Yeah. That one that got no fortune out of that, so that one's a bit of a shame there. But again, not the end of the world, so 15 diamonds is certainly nothing to sneeze at, considering we went from 6 to 15. Or 6 to 0 to 15. So, hey, I'll take it. And with efficiency 4 now, we can actually find them a lot easier from here on. So, yeah, it only gets easier, and we can cook up some diamond tools. And then with our XP farm and our extra lapis, we can enchant them if needed. Then we can kind of start getting everything put together nice and easy. diamond they got, but I would like some more if I can find them. And if not, that's fine. We'll probably just go out and get some lapis instead. Because that is something I actually do need to invest in a little bit more. It gets harder to enchant when you're bottlenecked by lapis like that, so I'd rather make sure that's taken care of first. Cool thing though is we don't have to worry about our hoes like at all, because they're actually pretty much fully good. But speaking of which, we should probably have them out as we're mining some of these ores, so that way we can get a little bit of durability back. Not that they have that much gone, and again, we can always go fix it at the XP farm, so I guess I don't need to worry about it that much. Hey, there we go, got our diamonds. Got a little 5 vein, and that got us up to 30 from 15. So we got basically 3 from each of them, which is pretty damn good. And we can leave that one at that. I mean, I'm happy with 30 for now. I don't feel like I need that much more right this second. Guessed on that one. Ooh. Didn't guess on that part. Get out over top of this thing. That is why. I think that's diamonds behind that skull. Ooh, that would be a lucky find. Let's make sure we've got some water, just in case. And also that we make just a couple more torches. Ah, this goes straight out. And I'm also surprised I missed these, I guess, the first time I was down here. Well, we got them now. I guess that's what matters. Well, yeah, I mean, we're in an ancient city, so that's cool. We still have our normal way back, which is nice. And it should be pretty well secured. Like I said, pretty well secured. Nothing to worry about. Probably. I also don't really plan on building like a mob switch or anything like that. I've only ever built the one like mob switch that I have in my lasting hardcore world that it's still alive, but it's basically dead. You know, I didn't actually die in it or anything, but it's been so long since I've been back there and I don't really have any motivation to go back there that I've kind of just abandoned it, unfortunately. Tried to bite off more than I can chew in a way that wasn't particularly fun or engaging, and that was very unfortunate. Whoops, missed the exit. That's alright. We don't need any lapis right this second. But yeah, no, I didn't have a particularly cool base that I enjoyed that much. Just kind of with how things ended up turning out. which is a bit of a shame. At some point I may go back to it, but I haven't really felt the urge to do so in a very long time. Like, I go back once in a while just to like show it off and be like, oh yeah, look what I used to do and all that kind of stuff. And it's fine, but it's just not really that interesting. And I ended up basically trying to build like a mountain range above ground, which, no, don't do that. It's just not a good idea. You only lose by doing something that large without like a proper dedication to farming. So it's just not cool. But anywho, I digress. We're gonna cook all these up into solid blocks. Yeah, split all of these away. Yep, there we go. A spyglass. Just because I can. And hey, now we can see on top of the mountains and stuff a lot better, which is always nice, you know. Again, it's no Optifine zoom, but at the same time, it didn't really need to be for vanilla, so I don't particularly have an issue with it or anything. Got a couple of creepers just hanging out right outside, so... And a baby zombie. Look at him die. There we go, that got all of our hose all nice and fixed up, so that's good. And with that, we've got a decent starting chunk of iron. We got some extra coal, lapis, diamonds, emeralds. We got basically every metal you can think of here. It's all been smelted, nice and pretty. Just realized I was still wearing my leather boots. It is no good. And yeah, I mean, we can make like diamond tools now if we really want to, but I think I'll keep using iron for a while, at least for the axe, shovel, and sword. And then maybe we should invest in some diamond armor. Although speaking of armor, we actually need to make a pit stop down at the anvil, because it's time to get mending on these iron pants. We haven't done that yet. Looks like we're pretty much good, nothing to worry about. Good. And let's go ahead and take the pants off. 16 versus 10, and that gets us perfect prot for iron leggings, which is always nice to have. Oh yeah, we can also, oh yeah, I guess we don't have a whole bunch of podzol, but we have enough, we should be able to do it. The only silk touch I've got is on this hoe, so it's going to be a little unusual. But we're going to take all of this extra podzol here, because we're going to use it to denote where we're going to put certain things at. So I kind of want like a nice spot to plant the dark oak trees and things like that, so I can keep things in a pretty organized spot. I could actually go get moss now that I'm sitting down and actually thinking about it, but you know, it means I'd have to go get moss, so, and I haven't found a lush cave yet either, unfortunately, so I don't think that one's gonna happen. But maybe one day. I guess we can take some time to harvest these carrots out as well. We can also start replacing our lighting with lanterns too, since we've got enough iron now to finally start doing that, so I think we're going to take some time to do that today. It's almost 5 in the morning, that's fun. Go get our sugar cane. We still need to take out those trees too that have been floating there forever. It's about time we got rid of those. And it also looks like it's time to harvest our nether wart, but maybe not right now because we don't have a lot of inventory for it. Just kidding, we do. Go ahead and clean up some of that. There we go. And that'll actually get us enough space. There we go. Oh yeah, we should probably make the course dirt that I was talking about before. That would definitely make things a little bit easier. The one harvest with Fortune 3 pretty much filled up all of that, so yeah, a little goofy. There we go. Go ahead and put these back. And we'll put the podzol there for now. With some of our extra bits, and we've got some coarse dirt that we can use for marking out where we want to plant our trees. I don't know if this would be enough space to grow them at, so in fact, let's check the wiki real quick. Let's see here. No horizontal clearance is needed at the base of the tree. Oh, okay, cool. So apparently this does work. Right, this is that little cave I had blocked off. There we go. We can go ahead and put down our coarse dirt. There we go. So we can put down our coarse dirt pads there. That'll get us more than enough space to grow out some dark oak. So that'll be good. And then additionally, we'll take some time real quick to mine out some of this cherry wood, I guess. Yeah, and you can see we've got a lot that we're still going to need to cut down, even way up in here, so that's going to be fun getting into that and tearing that all out. I should really have some scaffolding or some way to get up on top of some of these smaller treetops, just that way I can cut them down from above. That would probably help make things a little bit easier. And I mean, I got most of it, but you know, we still have a little bit more to get. I guess we'll just pillar up for now, and then we'll just shave a bunch of the top off with our hoe. Alright, that should be most, if not all, the logs. That should be okay. We'll leave these intact for right now. And let's go ahead and pop out our bed real quick. And let's check the wiki for another type of tree. Curious to see how cherry trees, if they need any requirements. No horizontal clearance is needed. Okay. Let's see here. Birch. I'm gonna assume that most of these don't need like any horizontal clearance. No horizontal clearance. Okay, so basically what that means for us is when we cut all of these away, we don't need to mark them with anything special. We can just get rid of these and then plant in our next batch of coarse dirt to signify where things are going to grow at. And we got a lot of cherry wood from that too, which is always nice. Starting corner, boop, 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 boop. There we go, that should be good. The rest of it will grow back over time, and it looks nice enough. So again, we can grow like birch, different types of trees in there, and it should be good. I think we're gonna need a little bit more coarse dirt to finish that up. Get backwards from that. Go ahead and plant our pale oak and dark oak, and then we're gonna go ahead and plant some birch saplings too. Dark oak, pale oak, then our birch as well. Forgot to get coarse dirt, but that's alright. Let's take some time to get this all cleared out finally as well. Partially just waiting for my axe to break too, which is especially likely considering it's got 1 durability now, and it's gone. Did I make another axe? No, I didn't. Shoot, that's annoying. We'll just clear this bit out by hand. It won't take that long. It's already 5:03 in the morning, huh? Yeah, that should clear us of most, if not all, logs. That should be fine. We'll let those decay over time and do their thing. We'll have some bits that are always going to be connected to trees, so we'll need to clear those out too. And then we'll plant some of our birch while we're here. There we go. And some more oak. Dark oaks will grow up at some point, but again, not too worried about it right this second, so we'll leave it be. Actually, I think that is going to do it for me tonight here. We'll go ahead and make another axe. And that'll pretty much do it. So yeah, we got a lot done today. We got a nice solid Fortune 3 diamond pickaxe, pretty much perfect stats on it. Got our pants all fixed up, and then we pretty much can focus on, I would say, making perfect iron armor for right now. I'd rather save the diamonds for tools, and then Iron armor is easy enough to farm that I shouldn't have too many issues enchanting it, plus with that higher enchantability, so that'll be good. And then the tools are basically just, we'll make those out of diamond because I plan on using those a lot more. So yeah, we'll get all that going next time, and hopefully then we'll have an efficiency unbreaking diamond shovel that we can use, because I'm planning on clearing away a lot of the land again. So we'll try and like take out that mound, and we'll try and make sure that we iron out our border as well as we can. But realistically, we should be able to flat everything down to this Y level pretty quickly once we get a hold of efficiency on our shovel. And then all that really means is it'll dip into over here a little bit, but that's fine. We have a comfortable cutoff, so that's all good. And then, yeah, we're cooking. So, yeah, we'll also have to lower our base down like a block, but honestly, that's a pretty negligible issue to have. And, yeah, we'll be able to get some diamond tools and get a lot done. Got 37 diamonds to work with for next time, and I don't need to use all of them, so that's going to do it for me today. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see y'all again next time. Pretty much later tonight, if I had to guess. But yeah, bye bye for now.